Yo, what's up, everybody? Rage Cage 20 here. We're back. Kamelot Silverthorn album. It's been a little bit since I've touched back to Kamelot. I kind of took some time off of listening to Kamelot so I could just fully finish Ginger really fast, and even dipped a little bit into In This Moment because I wanted to and I couldn't help myself, you know? But now we're here to get a few more songs of Kamelot done. Song for Jolee is what we're here for today. And looking at the lyrics, I actually think I there's a high chance of me really liking this song. I don't know, something about that chorus and kind of what this song seems like it's about. Just like, I'm feeling it. Like, I'm here for it, and I think I'm going to enjoy it. So, looking forward to that. I don't really have anything else to say besides that this makes me think of Jolee, but that's why I keep want to keep calling it Song for Jolee. Why? I don't know. I don't even really listen to that song, but it's whatever. So we don't really got anything to say. Let's listen to some Kamelot. Hopefully it doesn't continue the repetitiveness that it was having, and let's enjoy ourselves. Shall we? Alright, I gotta turn my volume up. Definitely need to turn my volume up. That's beautiful. It's all fucking. One second, I forgot to get my notebook. Dumb motherfucker. My bad. Fuck you out of here. So I was sitting here thinking like, oh, that's a really beautiful piano opening there, and it's like, normally I'd write that down. Where's my shit to write that down with? Okay, sorry.
There's a shadow in the cold white light of day. I hope that someday you'll forgive and set me free. While standing in the pale white light, Jolee is lost. I wrote a letter to the angels to follow me into the light again. Underneath the velvet, letters on my heart always will remind me that I'm hurt, and said I'm sorry, but I can't stop the bleeding, crying, and it's all because of you. One look in the mirror to see what's real and fake. Jolee. There's a princess captured in a wooden frame. I'll trade eternity for one last look at you. Not playing by the rules we played, the game of loss. I'll keep on riding to the angels, so you're safe to the moment we meet again. Underneath the makeup, up the scars that sealed my heart. Unspeakable reminder that I'm hurt and sad. I'm sorry, but I can't stop the bleeding, crying, and it's all because of you. One look in the mirror to see what's real and fake. Jolee, I'm sorry, but I can't stop the bleeding, crying, and it's all because of you. One look in the mirror to see what's real and fake. Jolee, one look in the mirror to see what's real and fake. Jolee.
Okay. How do I phrase this? I am noticing a trend, and I don't know who's writing this. From what I can gauge, it seems like Thomas Youngblood does most of the writing. I think the singers collab with him on the writing as well. So I don't know how much influence the singers have compared to Thomas. Or maybe there's certain songs that is like one person writes, maybe they all take turns writing, maybe Oliver writes a song, maybe Casey writes a song or something, I don't know. I don't really know that detailed amount of information. But it does seem to be that Thomas generally seems to be their main source of writing. So I don't know who's been writing these verses for these songs, but the last couple, it's been a consistent note that it feels like there's too many words per phrase. It feels like they're trying to cram too much into one phrase, and it's like kind of leaking into the next one, and it's not really metering very well. I'm kind of noticing that. It's kind of really weakening a lot of these verses for me. And I kind of found myself like, I think it's kind of why I've been a little not hesitant about returning to Kamelot, but been okay with listening to more Ginger and even moving forward to In This Moment instead of going back to Kamelot is just it's not that the songs have been bad, because the first one was a fucking banger. The first one was amazing. And the other ones have not been bad. There hasn't been a single one in here that's just been like garbo, anything like that. They've all been good. It's just they've all been like, like let's say we have bad around here, and we have like I don't know if you can see like fucking amazing up here. They've all been like here. They've all been just like good stuff, but none of it's been like what Ginger's been doing to me, just like, holy shit, what's going on here? I'm loving this. None of it's been like In This Moment. The first two songs I've listened to so far have just been like, oh my god, fucking amazing. Immediately put on playlists, listen to like 1,000,000 times a day. All of it's just been like, okay, it's a song. You know what I mean? So it's just like they've just been so just middle ground, just so kind of all right. You know, like when I was and like in the middle of this song, I was just kind of like, okay, next. You know, I was like, okay, I'm ready for the next song already. Do I have to listen to the rest of this? It was okay. It was just, it wasn't great. You know, the music in here, the instrumental writing in these songs have been off the chain. Like here's the chain, like this is the chain. It's been off of it. I felt like you needed a physical representation of what that looked like. The fucking piano in here was gorgeous, steeped in classical writing, fucking amazing. All the extra orchestral sound effects, fucking great. When that guitar came in, that was tasty as a motherfucker, man. There was a cool little bass line in there. It's just the lyrics and the vocal lines just have just been so okay that it just hasn't been doing it for me. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know how I feel. It was pretty. I wasn't expecting a ballad. But it kind of makes sense with what the song's about. So I thought that was cool. Also, it's a change up from what we've been getting. A nice, beautiful, soft ballad. Cool. Nice new flavor change in there. Okay with that. I thought the chorus was really well done. The verses were, some were kind of, there's some really weak moments in there. There's some weird metering. But let's go through it. Let's go back through it and let's delve into some of that. Let me help explain to you what I'm feeling, why I'm feeling what I'm feeling. That this piano in the beginning though was just wonderful. The first thing I have written down here, which we'll get to when the verses come in, is too many words per phrase. So let's see if we can get an example of that. But let's listen to this gorgeous piano here in the beginning. Dun, 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 dun. Oh. Fucking gorgeous. Absolutely fantastic. Well, here we go. I think we're getting into the verse.
There's a shadow in the cold white light of day.
So let's just look at the first stanza there. There's a shadow in the cold white light of day. No problem with the lyrics. Really? I mean, just kind of a little okay. Not like just like, ooh, I feel those words. But not every single line has to be. So it's like, it's okay, it gets past. But when we got there's a shadow in the cold, kind of expecting that, but then he blends it into white light of the day, which it's like, you got a good phrase there. Oh, that was a good solid phrase. Why is it still going? You know what I mean? It's just like, I feel like this should have been a comma in there to break those two up and have it be its own kind of two phrase kind of thing, but instead it's just one long connected, there's too many words in here kind of thing. Let's revisit that.
There's a shadow in the cold white light of day.
It's kind of artsy, but it's just, I don't know, I feel like that drags a little too long. Let's listen to the next one here. So let's see what this does for us.
I hope that someday you'll forgive and set me free.
Okay, forgive should have been the way that was happening musically. They like kind of ended it on forgive, like it kind of like almost cadenced a little bit on the end of the word forgive there, but then the words just kept going. It's just weird. See if you can hear that, because that's what I heard.
I hope that someday you'll forgive and set me free.
it's just too many words in there. But let's let it keep going. We're not at my first mark here. We're about to be though, but I'll stop before then. We're gonna talk about that. My second mark, really, my second mark here. But let's listen to the next line. See if it does it again.
While standing in the pale white light, Jolee is lost.
Okay, so they have a comma in the lyrics, but he didn't really pause comma the way he sang it. While standing in the pale white light, give a little bit, like even a second or two longer of a break before Jolee is lost would have made that But he just get like comma, fuck you comma, just railroads right through it all. It's like he's trying to. It's like he knows he has too many words. He's trying to spit it out as fast as he can. Like, let it just flow, man. Let it just play with it. Have some pauses in there. Give it some musical depth to it. Don't just like, here's the line I gotta sing it all to the end, and then here's the next line we gotta sing it all to. We gotta get all these words in here because I wrote too many fucking words. You know, it's just like let it breathe. Let it be musical. And it's weird to me. It's weird to me.
Standing in the While standing in the pale white light, Jolee is lost.
That's alright. It's okay. It's just so okay. I don't know. 125. We got a double voice that they put on here in Hurt and Sad. But it felt like they were trying to push that to a greater effect than I feel like it landed. But maybe that's in my head. It's gonna take a little bit to get there, but just letting you know now. A couple of lines down here always will remind me that I'm hurt and sad. They did a cool little double voice effect, but I feel like they were trying to make it sound like it was pushing more harder into the chorus than it actually kind of ended up happening. At least that's what I remember. So let's hear these other verses, these other two stanzas here, and see what they did.
I wrote a letter to the angels to follow me into the light again.
There's just too many words. Like, after follow me would have been fine to stop. But into the light again, it's just too many words, man. It feels a little too run on.
Follow me into letter to Jolee is lost. I wrote a letter to the angels to follow me into the light again. Underneath the velvet, letters on my heart.
Good. That one was fine because there wasn't as many words. See, can you hear that? Can you hear how much better that one stanza was compared to the other ones? It just, you have your rise, you have your fall, you have your cadence. Good. Don't have that cadence on heart and then add 3 or 4 more words after it. Like, it doesn't need that. It's not working musically. Anyways, Hurt and Sad. Here we go.
Always will remind me that I'm hurt and sad. I'm sorry, but
I mean, it wasn't bad. It was a decent push into the chorus with that double vocal line in there. Not horrible. I would say not horrible. However, What's Real and Fake Jolee, the end of the chorus here, so it was nice and smooth. It was really nice into it. It was smooth. The chorus is pretty good, so let's let it go run through here.
I can't stop the bleeding, crying.
Nice little vocal fade on there.
Because of you.
Let's just say vocal echo.
One look in the mirror to see what's real and fake, Jolee.
It's a very strong rhyme scheme there, see, Jolee. Because Jolee is not the easiest, I would say. Well, the heavy E sound is decently easy to define a rhyme scheme for. However, I think just the way they shaped that, the notes there, and the way they ended, and they had that strong like doom, doom, doom piano stuff coming in there. It's like it was a really strong end to that. It made for a really nice, well-rounded, beautiful. Welcome back.
One look in the
Like very, very beautiful, very playful, very just very smooth, and just this whole thing legato and beautiful as hell. Nice chorus.
Was real and fake, Jolee.
I love that. Nice, 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 nice. I could go through the rest of the verses because a lot of them kind of do the same thing. But I think you got either you get it or you don't get it at this point. So either you're hearing it or you're confused. So we're just gonna jump around to 2:30 here. I have one Loss. We played the game of Loss. It sounded very fucking weak to me, from what I remember. So we're just gonna go around 2:20. See if we can catch the first Not Playing by the Rules. We played the game of Loss. Let's see if we can catch that.
One last look at you.
Yeah, here we go.
Not playing by the rules we played, the game of loss. I'll keep on riding.
I don't know. It just feels weak to me. It just. It feels like he was building some energy on Not Playing by the Rules. And then it kind of pulled the energy off to kind of make you feel the word loss. Like there was, like just feel the sorrow and the hurt by having to say that, by having to admit it, like emotionally. But the fact that the next part, I'll keep on writing, just kind of like it gives it more volume. It goes up in the dynamic since it's kind of pushing at the beginning. It kind of feels like it should crescendo and push into that whole last line there. I'll keep on running to the angels so you're safe to the moment we meet again. But it kind of falls off. But then it starts. So it kind of like it crescendos, decrescendos, and it's up here. You know what I mean? It just. I feel like I understand what they were going for with that part, but they tried to do one musical effect, which ruined another musical effect that they were doing at the same time. But maybe that's just me. Let's listen to it again. Maybe it could be me that's wrong here.
Not playing by the rules we played, the game of loss. I'll keep on riding to the angels, so you're safe to the moment we meet again.
I mean, a little bit. I mean, I might have been a little over exaggerating. It sounded like that he was going to do that, and then he necessarily didn't. But then again, I thought so, but how long the stanza is, like, we have, Not Playing by the Rules, we play the game of Lost, just like little short stanzas, and then the stanza below that's like this fucking long. I figured it was going to be way too many fucking words. He's just like, to the moment we meet. Just like trying. I gotta get all these fucking words in here, and then we can end it all dramatically. What were you thinking? Whoever wrote this, what were you thinking? It's just it's.
I'll keep on riding to the angels, so you're safe to the moment we meet again.
I don't know. It's just okay, dog. It's just okay for me. 2:55. Coming up here in approximately 11 seconds. I put it was just like it's like they wanted to do the hurt and sad effect again, which they did, to push into the chorus. But when they doing that it doesn't need to rhyme, but maybe there should be a reason it doesn't rhyme. And there's like no rhyme scheme by underneath the makeup, the scars that sear my heart, and speak a reminder that I'm hurt and sad. Like almost there's no rhyme scheme there whatsoever, which can be okay if you set it up to be okay, and I don't think they did. So let's listen to this.
Underneath the makeup, the scars that sear my heart, unspeakable reminder that I'm hurt and sad. I'm sorry, but
Okay. Draw your own conclusion there. I don't get it. 3:10. The guitar comes in. It's kicking ass. It kind of almost sounds like it switches to a minor key here, which is fucking awesome. And it gives me a Cradle of Filth kind of vibe. Like the guitaring and the sounds kind of sounds very Cradle of Filthy to me. So let's listen for that.
I can't stop the bleeding, crying, and it's all because of you. One look in the mirror to see what's real and fake. Jolee.
Yeah. That dun 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 dun. That reminds me of Cradle of Filth. I want to say. My first thought is Her Ghost in the Fog, but I could be thinking of the wrong song. It could be Gothic Romance. Feeling like it might be one of those two. That kind of has that. I could be wrong. A Cradle of Filth song. That sounds very similar. And I think it's fucking awesome. And I think the minorness kind of really adds on to the sorrow of the song, which is fucking awesome. Again, the instruments are playing out their fucking minds. It's just really the lyrics that's just really bumming me out on this album so far. For some of these songs, not the first one. The first one was great. Some of the other ones were really good. They just had a weird moment in there, and then this one was just like all the weird moments put together. It's like this one really disappointing for me. The other ones were released pretty decent, pretty good. This one's just really disappointing for me because the instrumentation is like this should be a fucking smash hit, but the lyrics are just really lyrics and the structure of the verses are just really bumming me out. They're on 3:50 here. We're just gonna let it play out to this point and then call it a song. The bass, like that fucking bass though.
I'm sorry, but I can't stop the bleeding, crying, and it's all because of you.
That kick back into the instruments coming back in. Brum, 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 brum. That's fucking sick, dude. That was sick as hell.
All because of you. One look in the mirror.
And some strong dum dum dum, just really strong bass downbeats there. Just gorgeous. Chorus is gorgeous. The writing was gorgeous. Amazing. Verses, like if this song was just all chorus, it'd be a fantastic song. Those verses were just not doing it for me. They were just really not doing it for me, like extremely not doing it for me. That just kind of ruined the song for me, which is a real shame because they did some amazing writing in this song. It's just I can't get past just the awkwardness of those verses. So, and so far, my Kamelot experience, I've had no problems with Tommy as their new singer. I think he's a great singer, and I think he's doing great stuff. I don't know who's writing this. It might have nothing to do with him whatsoever. He might not be writing any of it, and it could be a little bit of Thomas's writing bleeding over from The Poet and the Pendulum with how much of a mess those verses were. It could be still some bleeding off from that that's tainting some of these lines or this song in general. It could have nothing to do with Tommy, or Tommy's just like, hey, let me try my handwriting. And it's just like, I don't know what happened here, but Tommy himself, he's doing great. Like I have no problems with him replacing Roy Khan. I think he's doing a fantastic job, especially for his first album out with a band. I think he's doing a fantastic job. It's just I think we're still having a little bit of a writing issue from the last album, kind of blending into this album a little bit. It was just like one or two lines, one or two stanzas in the other songs. This one was like every stanza except for the chorus. So I don't know. Well, I won't say every stanza, but most of them. So I don't know. Do you see it? Do you not see it? Let me know. I would love to know. That's all I got. Next one is going to be Veritas, which is Latin. And there's a bunch of Latin lines in here. We have In Morte Ultima Veritas. Yeah. It's a bunch of other some lines in here. I don't know what that means. I just know I've sung the words Veritas in certain singing situations. Usually choral based. I just don't know what they mean. So it could be interesting, it could be really cool and dark, and hopefully some of these issues that we're noting here get fixed as the album continues. I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to get back to that positive outlook for these songs. I don't want pretty much if I'm hearing more of this awkward phrasing in the vocal lines, I'm just going to say that and move ahead, because we've already beaten some of those lines to death at this point. So I'll just note that, like, okay, well, that happened again here, but we've talked about before, so we're just gonna move on. Try not to let that affect our opinion of the song. I'm gonna try to keep that positive outlook going on, but it's just been a little disappointed, I guess is all I'm gonna say. A little bit disappointed in this song. Not in general with the album, just this song in general, just kind of disappointed. And I feel like they're better writers than that, and so I mean their instrumentation proves that they're way better writers than what they're doing here. So I don't know what angle they're going for or why they're writing it the way they are, but it's interesting. So I will see you in the next